Hello, everybody, and welcome to Film Talk on Phantom Radio. I've not hit start streaming. It's a shame for them. Are we streaming? No, we're streaming already.
Fantastic.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Film Talk. My name is Owen.
My name's Ethan.
And we're here to talk your ear off for an hour and a half.
Pretty much.
Yeah. We come in and we say that we're doing it about film, but really we're not.
We're spiral about media in general.
Yeah, we're just here. We're about, and we say things.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're here and we talk. That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, how has your week been?
Stressful, I'm not going to lie, because I am basically viewing properties every other day to try and find somewhere to live for after I finish this master's degree. Honestly, I hate it. I'm not going to lie. Because first you go through, like, you know, wherever it is you're going through, whatever website, and then they're like, oh yeah, come, and then you check, like, the council tax and make sure the rent's manageable and all of that nonsense, and then they're like, oh, yeah, view it? No. Come for a viewing. Oh, you gotta wait like 4 months. I'm like, no.
Don't want it.
What do you mean it's available now and I have to wait? I can't be asked. I don't like it. I am not enjoying. Has your week been better? I hope your week has been better.
I am so unbelievably tired.
What a mood.
I'm also... So we're going to give ourselves a bed of this for now, which is samba.
Okay. This feels like Mario Kart music.
Thing is, I can't hear this channel. So, welcome to Behind the Desk with me, Owen, and my co-host, not Sky. Like, that's too loud. But everything in my soul says that that's too quiet.
I don't know. We talk fairly loud over everything.
Yeah,
so
who knows? We're going to put it there. But I'm not able to hear this stream here, or this channel, and that's going out to the stream.
Oh, well, someone can message us if we're being...
Yeah, exactly.
Too loud or too quiet.
I've just had a text from Sky telling us off for stealing the show. Again. I am actually looking...
Is it copyright infringement? At what stage?
Nah, it's fine. I've been doing okay. I'm quite tired. I had work for so I worked Friday on like a unexpected kind of call-in shift, where someone just sort of texted me going, "Hey, can you cover me tomorrow?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I was working the following day where a different person called in sick as well. So my shift got upgraded from a 4 till midnight to a 4 till 2:30.
Oof.
And don't get me wrong, I did say I'll do it. Like, I could have said no. But quite frankly, money.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
like,
fair.
you get me? Like, I enjoy getting paid. And then...
Being paid is great.
Exactly. Then yesterday, I went to go see Little Shop of Horrors by the Musical Theatre Society.
Shout out to them.
Shout out. You'll be hearing more of them, well, not literally, but like spiritually, later on in the show. Basically, I went to see their show, and then it was they did like an after party, but it was a bring your friends kind of after party. And I'm friends with a good chunk of the cast. Like, we presented, Phantom presented the showcase. I was obviously part of the Musical Theatre Society last year, the year before. So I'm friends with a lot of the cast, so I went along to that, and was there till relatively late. But also,
really,
I think I had an earlier bedtime than I do after I have a shift at work. You know?
No.
Like... That was the thing. Like, it was late, but also quite early. I've just stared directly at our light that we have here.
And now you're blind.
And I can't see anything now, which doesn't help because I'm trying to find elevator music on this.
Okay.
But it's just not happening. But we kind of need the elevator music so that I don't have to keep just like pressing and
queuing up more and more music.
Yeah, exactly.
But honestly, I'm really tired, so I very much understand. Trying to juggle a job, uni, and finding somewhere to live is not it.
No.
I don't want to adult anymore. I would rather not. Can I not? Can I opt out of being a grown-up, please?
Yeah, it would be ideal if we could.
Just I opt out. Thanks.
But it's not gonna happen. There we go. Elevator music. Perfect. Well, now we can turn it down a little bit.
And you can just leave it there, which is good.
Yeah. Through the whole show, you can just have it. It's there.
Good.
For an hour. And then, when we disappear for songs, I just need to go like that.
Yeah.
And then the stream can still hear it. The stream can still hear it, but the radio can't. So we can play music there and just have this going. It does mean we have to listen to it the whole time, and we will go insane.
I already have gone loopy from music at work because
Nice.
I work long shifts in retail, and the playlist is only so long.
Yeah.
And you get to a stage you're like, oh, I know what's coming next, and I just hate it.
See, we've had another text.
What is not working now? What have you broken?
Oh, we can't hear it on the stream.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
L
for all of the people watching the YouTube stream, I guess. I don't.
Yeah. You didn't set it up right.
Is this Alfie who has not set the stream up?
No.
Or is it you?
No, it's just Sky's. I was on behind the desk. I was about to say behind the scenes. No, behind the desk. I was on the other week, last week on Wednesday.
And
no, Quick Keys isn't muted. It's unmuted. You can hear it on the radio. It's your fault. Because
for those who are watching or don't understand, Owen is
currently
having an argument with somebody over text who is listening to the radio.
Yeah. Sky, who is the sort of tech expert around here,
who logs in and fixes things.
Fixes. Yeah, exactly.
Much love to Sky.
Love you. But we set up a thing that basically meant that we could play some beds through this Quick Keys thing, and it would come out on the stream, but music won't. So that means that I can press a button on the screen and you get a bit of music underneath everything. Oh, Sky's logging in and
remotely logged in.
Yeah, has stolen the desk from us.
That's fine.
Keep going. We've got an hour of this elevator music, so
it's fine.
You can fix it in whatever time you need to fix it in. That is a lot of Eurovision songs. I've just realised I was moving the mouse over to the second screen while Sky is doing things.
So you're making it more difficult for people.
Yeah, always.
Eurovision's coming up, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's
in the next couple of weeks, isn't it?
The 11th of May.
I remember looking it up and being like, when is this?
Yeah. I called Alfie earlier because we were trying to sort out tune of the week and everything. And he just went, why have we got all of the Eurovision songs on the system already? And what are we doing with them? Like, what is going to be the plan? It works now. Wonderful.
Thanks, Sky.
Sky, you'll enjoy the background music in about 20 seconds.
Are you excited for Eurovision? It's not something that I don't actively watch. The videos and the songs will take over all of my social media, and that's how I choose which ones I like. I don't actively sit down. I mean, I ended up doing it last year because my housemates were watching it, but I do not actively seek out to watch Eurovision.
So
is this something that you...
I don't do any of the pre-Eurovision stuff. Like, I've got friends who'll research all the artists and listen to all the songs before the thing and all that. I'm like, I'm not there for that. I'm after my first listening of any
the whole
song
lot.
Will be the night. I will watch all of it in live. I'll never see any of it again. That is how I work. I will literally just go watch it on the night, maybe I'll watch it with some friends. We've put a sweepstake on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
On who's gonna win, and then whoever gets the closest, obviously, takes the money. Unless we're all like
all horrifically wrong.
Unless we're all really bad at it. If someone's like top 3, they get it. But if like we're all like 20 and down, nah, none of it. All of us are just taking our money back, or we'll just pool it together and go get a crate or something, and then bring it back to the flat.
I genuinely think that Germany was robbed last year because I'm a rock fan in terms of music, so I was really gutted when they came like basically dead last.
Yeah,
but I get the impression
that Golden Glitter.
Yeah.
Well,
but that band do some really funky stuff, to be honest. But I think I find that it's like in all of like X Factor and all of that. I find that very particular types of singing seems to constantly win those shows.
Yeah,
and it's like a very particular type of song. Usually they're all really sad, and it's just, it becomes slightly predictable, I guess.
I'm currently trying to find the Germany. There it is. It's there.
Yeah. I actually listened to their music, and I saw they were going on tour, and I was very tempted to go see them, but they were headlining for Metallica, so the tickets were very expensive, and I was like, there is, as much as I would love to see both of these bands live, absolutely not.
Yeah. I understand you completely.
Yeah, there was just no way that I was paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds for like something way at the back, and it's like, no thanks.
It's not happening.
Not happening, no.
But
and trekking to Birmingham and back.
Why would you want to be in Birmingham?
Full stop. You don't want to be in Birmingham.
Sorry to whoever Birmingham's.
Whoever Birmingham's.
Yeah, whoever Birmingham's. If you're from Birmingham, that sucks.
You can't
deal
really.
with it.
You can't really talk.
No. That's just the problem with the education system in Birmingham, though.
High sex. My housemate's partner's gonna kill me later.
What we're gonna do now? We're gonna jump into Blood and Glitter. There you go. And then a bit of Bruce Springsteen after that.
It's quite a jump.
Yeah, it is. But I don't care. You know.
Fair.
I do whatever I want. What are you going to do about it?
We pretty much do whatever we want.
Yeah.
The fact that we're allowed to be here unattended for like an hour and a half is unreal.
Technically, we are the attendants. Like, I don't know. We're in charge of ourselves, but we've also got to supervise ourselves.
And that's a mistake.
Yeah, quite a bit. But anyway, here we go. This is Blood and Glitter by Lord of the Lost. Enjoy.
So the stream can still hear us. Is
Yeah,
that
the
correct?
stream.
The streamy people.
Even. Sorry.
We're doing
That
really
is good.
well with this.
Okay,
nonsense,
so I
aren't we?
forgot to turn our mics down, and that's gone on out on radio over the start of this song.
That's fine.
So
I was
but yeah, yeah, I went to the after party of this show.
Did you enjoy it, the show? In the
Oh,
end?
the show was so good.
No, I'm
good.
gutted I was working, to be honest. When you messaged me, I was like, I'm at work.
Yeah. Fully, I've not seen some of the shows. I was in some of the shows.
Don't know if that counts.
No, but like you get a feel, you know. I think this one is the best one that has been done over my time.
Am I right in saying that the Audrey 2 plant is huge?
Yes.
Like, it's absolutely massive.
Absolutely giant. So
I
Ben...
want it in my house.
Oh, no, you don't. You don't.
I do. I want Audrey 2.
So Ben, who is the president of musical theatre, is like 6'3" or something, and he was operating the puppet.
Who was voicing Audrey?
Audrey was voiced by Ray.
Right.
If you're interested in hearing what she sounds like, you can look her up on Spotify.
Nice.
Reigoh. That's Reigoh. Just a humble
plug.
Just a humble plug. I went to see her a gig a few days ago.
Awesome.
And proper good that. Yeah. Like... anyway, I'm going to take these off. Otherwise, I will just
Get super
succumb
distracted.
to the Eurovision.
I think it's a bop, personally.
Oh, yeah, absolutely it is. I'm not going to say no to that.
You're just distracted.
But I'm just getting so distracted by it. Anyway, yeah, Audrey 2 was played by Ray, who's this absolutely brilliant singer, and she sat underneath a desk on stage for the whole show.
That's how
the
that
whole
works.
show, she was sat there on stage in a little box, basically, with a microphone and her phone. Just like, that was it. That was how they
like
did
between.
it. Like, they didn't even, like, it wasn't microphone at the side of stage, like wired in or anything. No, straight up, handheld, in a booth. And she's singing like this the whole time. It was really good. Yeah.
I want an armchair in the shape of Audrey 2's mouth.
Yeah, I
You
can
know what I
get
mean? That kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So I can sit in it, and I think that would be great.
Yeah. I was gonna introduce the song, but it's a bit.
There's no point doing so.
nah.
And you did. You did.
I did. I said it was Bruce Springsteen.
Well, they should know.
Exactly. It doesn't. It's not that hard to work out that it is born in the USA.
It's not like he doesn't tell you several times.
No, he screams it at you.
Yeah, you should know.
These go. Yeah, these go up the same.
But I'm glad you enjoyed.
Yes, it was very good. I've just clocked. I've lost
Where you've put our...
the.
Why is that counting down?
I don't know.
Just don't touch it. If it's not doing
SFX?
anything, it's fine.
No. Sue is not that long. Sue is quite a short.
I think you've, like, broken it from where you've
Yeah.
changed it over, and now it's just, like, trying... Yeah, because it's doing it to all of them now.
Yeah.
That's great. It'll be somewhere.
There
it
we
is.
go.
Cool. But I'm glad you enjoyed.
Thanks.
How come you weren't in this one? Is this because you stepped away from musical theatre,
Yeah.
or just because of the fact that you didn't have the time? Or...
Both. So I stepped away because I didn't have the time.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know how we have time to do anything.
No, these performers do like 9 hours of rehearsal a week. And genuinely, looking back at the last 2 years, I don't know how I had time to do it. And also my course, and also hold down a job. Like,
I don't
and
know how
do
I
this.
functioned. Like, I mean, in my undergrad, like, I now am struggling to do, like I do this for, like, a couple hours, and that's fine. That's
Yeah.
not because between when my uni day ends and this, I have a couple of hours where I just sit and do some work. So I know that when I go home, I can just chill.
Yeah.
But, like, the rest of the week, I am working.
Yeah.
I am doing uni. I do some online digital bits as well, and it's like, how in my undergrad was I doing this, a student rep, a scout leader, like...
Yeah. I don't understand.
Where is the time
Genuinely,
gone?
I think, like, not even me 2 years ago, me circa, like, year 12 would do such a better job at uni
Yeah.
than me now.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Like, I've declined. I'm not an academic weapon anymore. Like
You're
I
an
was,
why?
vaguely. Like, I wasn't a good weapon. I was like...
An academic defense mechanism.
Like, I was one of those pocket pistols that you'd get. Like, I'm not like an
Last
AK.
resort defense.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, I'm basically, like, I am the equivalent of bringing a spoon to a gunfight now. You know?
I do understand that feeling, honestly, because year 12, year 13, me was singing and working
Yeah.
and doing things all over the place and, like, was really busy. And now I'm like, what do you mean I have to do two things today?
Yeah.
I have to do laundry and go to uni? Absolutely not. I don't know.
Part of me feels like it could be how uni courses are structured differently.
I think it's quite
that actually
sporadic.
does it.
Is the thing that really gets me.
yes.
It's like, I got into such a good routine, being like, up at this time, I'm at school from this time to
Yeah,
this time,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
I can
And then
organise around
yeah,
that.
exactly.
But I think the real issue with uni is, I'm only in, like, 3 days a week, technically.
Yeah.
Whether I go to all 3 of those days is...
Yeah. And even then, like...
But they're really random times.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you're in uni, these 3 days, 9 till blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really want full-time work where I can be like, oh, I'm up at this time, I'm at work for like 9 a.m.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
on bus home at like quarter to 6. I'm home. I can do what I want for my evening. My weekends are free.
Yeah.
I miss that structure of a week.
Yeah.
Because it was easier, genuinely.
Yeah. I so want, like, just a regular 9 to 5 kind of job sometimes. Like, I just sort of want to go.
I'm really looking forward to one. I'm not gonna lie.
One of my mates at work does a 9 to 5 and then comes and does her like silly little bar job, as she calls it. No, in like a loving way. We are back.
We are.
Let's bring up the elevator music. Is it still going?
It is, yeah.
Wonderful.
I can hear it.
Yeah, so one of my co-workers works a 9 to 5. We're in the middle of a conversation about
routines,
school, uni, work, blah 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 blah. All those things, the things that you do in your day-to-day life. And
so she does her silly little bar job.
She comes to a silly little bar job. She's like such a good bartender. Like, she's so good at it. Like, and that is not that she's being dismissive of what the job is.
No,
no. It's just
she's already
like,
working a 9 to 5.
It's her fun job. That's the better way of putting it. But she's quirky and cool, you know.
I would really like to be working a 9 to 5 just because I can go, okay, I'm up at this time, I'm on the bus or walking to the office or wherever at this time, I'm in from this time to this time, my lunch will be consistent, I get to go home by 6:30, 7:15, depending on where it is I'm working, and then that's it. Yeah. And I can still, in that evening, make dinner, do laundry. Yeah. Shops are still open. I can still go and do a food shop at that time if I wanted to. Having my weekends back would be really nice. Like, don't get me wrong, there is a flexibility in shift working, as you're aware of. Yeah. But there's something in me that just really, really wants to not. Yeah.
Like, my flatmate works a 8 till 4 at the moment. That's potentially moving to a 7 till 3 soon. But he's even said to me, there's upsides and downsides to it potentially moving to a 7 till 3. Because on one hand, yes, he's got to wake up like stupid early and has to leave the house at the time he'd usually wake up to get to work that early, which already the time that he leaves for work is too early for me.
But he gets most of his afternoon to himself, doesn't he?
If he works till 3, he's then got, even if he's working a Sunday, every shop will still be open when he finishes.
Yeah, true.
And Sundays are a rare occasion. Like, they aren't like they happen all the time. They're like once every 2 months kind of vibe. Like, so he'd have his afternoon basically entirely to himself.
Yeah.
Realistically, he isn't going to miss out on much socialization that he doesn't already, because we have a lot of the same friends because we met our friends in the same way. We were all part of the musical theatre society together, blah 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 blah. Obviously a lot of those people are still students, so are still on that sort of student schedule of fall asleep at 2 a.m. and go clubbing and all that, and he misses out on that, yeah, sure, because he's got to go to bed at 10 to be up at 6 or whatever. But realistically, he doesn't. That's a Hugh Edwards leaves BBC on medical advice. We'll come back to that in a second. Anyway, so he misses out on some socialization with us.
Yes.
Because like events will start at 9 o'clock, and realistically, there's no point in him going. If it starts at 9, he's got to leave and get home and like do the whole routine for 10 o'clock. So he doesn't go to them. But moving it to 9 o'clock bedtime doesn't really affect anything. Like big scale, you know? But yeah, I kind of want a job 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 potentially would be my preferred. Get that extra. Actually, no, I say that. No. I want 9 to 5, 8 to 4 kind of vibes. 8 to 4 if the location is close. You get me?
There was
If I've got to travel, 9 to 5.
There was a job that I've applied for. Won't name the company for my sake more than anything else.
Yeah.
But they are 9 till 5:30, which is fine because I've checked bus rates and that.
Yeah.
And they do like an hour lunch in the middle, like it's a really casual building, and my brain's like, please.
Yeah. Please give it to me.
Please, I would like a regular job that means I can a lot more easily schedule my days out. It would mean that I could organise myself a lot more easily, and it would just make things really simple, because then instead of having to go, oh wait, am I at uni this day when I'm trying to plan stuff, I can just go, oh no, it has to be after this time during the week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just so much easier, I think, to organise yourself, events, days out, whatever it is you want to do, when you know exactly what your schedule is every day.
Yeah, I agree. I'm currently slotting into place our tune of the week.
Very nice.
Little secret with that Ethan doesn't even know about yet.
I never do.
No.
Because I don't organise it.
Usually, Ethan would be able to put together something like this, because the post gets made, and then I send it to Ethan, and then Ethan puts it up.
But I was at house viewings today.
Yes,
instead.
So I've just thrown it straight onto the scheduler for posting, and it goes up in 30 seconds. So we're going to delete these two and jump into the tune of the week. Or should I say tunes of the week? In honour of the fact that Musical Theatre did such a wonderful job of doing Little Shop of Horrors, we have given them the tune of the week, Suddenly Seymour. That being said, Taylor Swift has also just released an album, so we can't really ignore that. So we have also picked Fortnight from Taylor Swift's new album, which is one of the singles from the album.
With Post Malone. Funky.
Yeah.
Interesting combination, that, but fair enough.
So we are going to jump into that now. It is 7 o'clock. It's 20 seconds past 7. Please allow our tardiness. So here is our tunes of the week. Enjoy. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, da, ba, ba, ba. I'm so hungry. It's only just hit me that I'm quite hungry. And we've talked zero about films so far. We've done half hour of our show.
We'll get there after those.
Exactly. But yeah, we'll do some content about the song right now. And by that I mean, I'm literally just going to say, this was sung by Oscar and Phoebe.
Okay.
Of the Musical Theatre Society.
Yeah.
Oscar is ride or die, one of my boys. We play FIFA together.
Oh, of course you do.
And do poker night occasionally.
I refuse to believe that.
By that I mean we've done one.
Yep.
Oscar hosted in his old flat.
That doesn't count.
And by that I mean he has just moved flat like this week by his old flat. So that was like 3-4 weeks ago or so. But we're expecting another one at some point. We dress up all fancy and everything.
Like
it's not show up in a hoodie poker night. It's
like proper
shirt, at least shirt and trousers. If you're feeling it, tie, blazer, waistcoat.
Like really go for
like really go for it. Former head of radio Alex Wood is also one of the boys.
Gross.
Is also one of the boys, and he came in black shirt, no tie, black blazer, black trousers, black shoes, black socks, everything. Like not even like, oh, it's a slightly different shade of black. Everything was dead on, the exact, like, dead on same black.
Very nice.
I was wearing the shirt that I'd worn to my sister's wedding, which is this white shirt with like black detailing down the center, and then like flowery lining, like really colourful flowers.
Nice.
And it was a brilliant shirt. It still is. I've just got to wash it. Um, I've worn it since. Don't worry. It's currently just sat in the laundry, going in next. It's good.
I really need to do laundry when I get back.
I'm gonna wear it on Thursday for community awards.
Yeah, I'm not going to those because I'm busy as per.
Sad times.
Yeah. I feel like I missed like certain uni events because I'm so busy.
Yeah.
What I will be trying to do is get some of the graduations off so that I can come up with Phantom and harass my current housemates while they graduate just for the lols. Slash, I think meeting their family would be really funny.
But anyway, this was sung by Oscar, who's one of the boys, and Phoebe, who is not one of the boys. No, they did wonderfully. Phoebe's lovely. I say she's not one of the boys because she's not in our FIFA group chat. That's the level.
The bar. That means
bar.
I'm not one of the boys.
Yeah.
Because I think that game is dull. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. This is Taylor Swift. It needs no more introduction other than it being Taylor Swift, and the stream can't actually hear it. No, we're just sort of saying things.
Well, that's how we spend most of these shows, just saying things.
We've had a message from chat there that they can hear it. We kind of think, oh, what? Hold on, what? This is coming up onto the other screen.
Well, yeah, it'll do that.
I didn't realise that that's how this worked.
They are all a continuous screen, which is why I hate the layout in here.
But like, oh wow, hold on. We're gonna. Yeah, I get the mouse over here. Okay, what I'm gonna do, if I can get the mouse back. Yeah, that'll do. That's not what I wanted to do.
Are you trying to work out if you can like get the chat on without it being an issue?
I can't get that bit bigger. I need that to be the main thing we see.
While you're randomly trying to go through that, do you have much opinion on Taylor Swift? I don't see the appeal personally. She's not for me.
Yeah, like on one hand, not all of her songs are for me.
Yeah.
That being said, I still love a lot of her songs. Like, I don't think I'd say I'm a fan, but I wouldn't say I'm not a fan, and that doesn't make sense as a thing to say, given that you either are or aren't. I like her music.
She's not Marmite.
Huh?
You love or you hate.
Yeah. I like. We've had a message from the chat. Someone's got the YouTube on their laptop, the radio on their phone, so they're hearing both at the same time.
That must be awful. I'm so sorry. I have found our film news for today as well.
Wonderful.
Once we're back up.
Yeah, I'll show you.
You've killed it again.
It's gone. Chat's gone.
What is the warning on there for? What is that warning?
Lower than the. Oh. I've also just clocked. Are they not able to see us on the stream? Or is that just...
We'll skip ahead. Yeah,
no,
fine.
They can see us. That's fine.
Yeah. We're all good.
Yeah. Little Shop was wonderful. As a show. I don't know how much longer on this song we've got.
18 seconds.
Yeah, we're ready. We're ready for this. We're gonna pop into some film news once this song finishes.
Film news, and then we can talk about the film that we both went.
Yeah.
I saw and went. You need to go watch this.
Yeah, and I sat in bed on my phone.
It's the right kind of film for that, though. I think.
That's right. You're listening to Phantom Radio. My name is Owen. I'm here with Ethan. You're listening to
Film Talk.
Nice.
Barely, because we have spent the first, half hour?
Yeah.
Talking about everything but film, which
Yeah.
I think is quite impressive.
It's good from us. I'm so hungry, man. Oh, mate. You need to warn me when you're going to do that so that I can, prepare silence in the room.
No, I'm not an ASMR channel.
Boo. Yeah. I've forgotten what I was saying now. We're now going to start talking about films.
We are. I do have some film news. Because I found some. Which is nice.
Yeah, go for it. Tell us what we starting with. Are we going good news, bad news? Or just medium, zero, just opinion pieces here?
They're opinion pieces. It depends, because I'm not huge on DC, so I'll start.
Okay.
James Gunn's Superman adds Pruitt Taylor Vince as Jonathan Kent, so they're getting in another voice. I've heard that James Gunn's taking over lots of DC things at the moment.
Yes, so
sort of being unleashed onto onto the DC cinematic universe as such, and is being allowed to do quite a lot.
He has taken over, officially. They have. You know how Kevin Feige is for Marvel?
Yeah.
That's James Gunn for DC now.
Cool. I would like to see more of DC done right. I always thought that DC should have gone gritty and dark and really should have played into the things that they do in their comics and not tried to be Marvel.
Yeah.
Because they didn't need to be Marvel. Marvel are Marvel. I wanted to see more of DC's dark stuff. I wanted 16, 18 plus DC films and let them really go. Because that's basically what DC was written for. So I would have loved to see more of that, to be honest. What are you doing a Google of?
The actor, to see if I actually know who it is. Ooh, I don't, and I also, from this photo here, don't know how I feel about him being Jonathan Kent. That is who he's playing, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna swap us over here, and then give us a little bit of this. We've got a little note saying that we'll be back soon. For some reason.
What have you broken something again?
No, I've not broken anything. Lower third. Not that one.
He's been in some interesting
muted
films.
message. Transition, there you go.
He's been in some interesting things.
Yeah. So we're talking about this guy here.
Yes.
My mental image of Jonathan Kent is not this.
Mine, I still associate the actor who played Jonathan Kent in Smallville.
Yeah.
He is who I picture as.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean... It just depends on how he plays the character, or how they want the character written, I suppose.
We'll just pull up that actor. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is our mental image.
That's who I think of. And I think it always will be.
Yeah. I don't necessarily picture this guy, but
who are you?
Superman. Let's see if we've got some. I'm just sort of picturing this kind of vibe. This guy over here. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd like to clarify. There are obviously photos like this here. This is John Kent, as in Superman's son.
Yes.
Who has later become Superman. As in, is the current Superman in the comics. So I've searched up John Kent Superman, and it's come up with John Kent Superman, which makes sense. But what I really want to show is this. This is kind of the guy I picture when I think of Jonathan Kent.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the Smallville guy.
Especially young. If you're thinking younger Jonathan Kent,
Yeah.
that is who you're getting.
Yeah, this kind of thing. I'd take this guy aging into Kevin Costner kind of John Kent. I can get that.
I mean, yes, no, you know.
Like, it all is sort of down to... We're going to open up this Reddit thing.
That's a risky thing to be doing, just casually opening up Reddit.
Shh, it's fine.
They've not stated the issue.
Yeah, they've not said the issue. That's good.
Hilarious.
They've gone, issue I have with Jonathan Kent. I've just realised, we're on the radio right now.
Yeah, we are.
We're showing them things that
They can't see.
they can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, radio. We're currently showing a photo of Jonathan Kent from Smallville and Jonathan Kent from Man of Steel. And the caption is, issue I have with Jonathan Kent from Man of Steel versus other incarnations.
And then there's no post.
There's no post. There is no, like, actual thing of it. It's like...
There are comments.
There are loads of comments. And it's just sort of like... Oh, they've got a bit... Oh, the way that they both die. Spoiler alert. And there's a giant thing.
And then people disagreeing, which is fairly standard because it's Reddit.
Yeah, like it is what it is. I personally prefer the Smallville dad, you know.
Yeah, I quite.
But
I still think Smallville is one of my favourite iterations of Superman anyway, so I'm probably quite biased in that regard.
Yes, but I don't see this guy.
I don't know what era they're doing this film in, so I guess it'll depend.
Yeah,
you know, you just gotta see.
Yeah, because I see, when I look at this guy, I go, okay, maybe they can make him like a priest or a pastor. We're talking about Pruitt Taylor Vince now, who is the new casting for Jonathan Kent. Mm-hmm. I see this guy could play a priest, which is an aspect of Superman's identity, is not necessarily Christianity as a religion, but in some variations it is that. In some versions, I think this is more like it less of a direct he is, more of an implied. He's made to be Jewish because his creators were Jewish, and he's meant to be Moses. Like, that's what the story is meant to be. Is just it's Moses in a white man's skin kind of thing.
I'm not opening this debate up today. I'm just not.
Yeah.
We're not going to go down the religion angle for anyone who's worried, because I don't have the energy or the time or the knowledge for that, really.
But I don't see this guy as a farmer. You get me? Because that's what Jonathan Kent is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's just a Midwest farmer.
I think it would depend on how they portray and play the character, and I guess we'll have to wait and see. It's one of those things.
Huh, is that a photo of him with... That's not the other guy.
No, it
Don't
isn't.
worry. They just look vaguely similar.
In other news, Martin Scorsese could be directing a Frank Sinatra biopic starring Leonardo DiCaprio, as if that man wasn't busy enough already.
Yeah.
I think a
Do you want to
film
say
about
that?
Frank Sinatra would be interesting.
Do you want to say that director's name again?
Martin Scorsese? I feel like I'm pronouncing this wrong. You're going to bully me now, aren't
Yeah.
you? There you go. Go on.
It's Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, no. I am dyslexic.
Famous. No. Allow the dyslexia claims. This is a famous director.
I heard his name, just not seen it written.
Okay.
It looks really weird.
Yeah, it does. I'll allow it. You've justified it.
Because I'm used to hearing his name, but like, if you've seen his name written, it looks weird.
It spells Scorsese.
It's not.
It is.
I don't think it is. But I think a film about Frank Sinatra would be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Scorsese doing it. Because he's like known for his gangster films and stuff. Like, he can do other things.
I mean, time period.
But I don't know if it's gangster, you know? Like, because I'm talking mafia gangster,
I
not
gathered.
like straight out of Compton kind of situation.
I don't know. I guess it'll depend, because I also think it'll depend on what kind of film it ends up being.
Yeah.
Because this is another music artist. Are we getting...
Yeah, the exact same again.
Are we going to be getting a half musical? Are we getting a musical? Are we going to be hearing lots of his music just used?
Yeah, passively. Like, are we getting Rocket Man, Elvis, or Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Like, I've not seen Back in Black yet, but I think that that's a Bohemian Rhapsody kind of musician biopic, where it's like about the artist and the songs are there.
Yeah. I still think I preferred Rocket Man. I did prefer hearing about... Also, Taron Egerton can sing, so
yeah,
that was quite pleasant.
Like, that is the best one. Like,
Depends on what your film preferences
of those three, I'd say that Rocket Man is the best one.
Quentin Tarantino has Scraps, the movie critic, as his final film, so I don't know whether he is doing a different final film or whether he's got to... Nah, I can't be bothered, I'm done now.
Yeah.
But he's scrapped it. I always feel uncomfortable when somebody tells me that Quentin Tarantino is their favourite director, and I'm not really sure why.
No, I agree with you there. It's just sort of one of those... It's one of those takes that's just a bit of a red flag, isn't it? Like, his films aren't so unbelievably good.
For the time they would have been.
No, hear me out,
Oh, here we go.
Hear me out. They're not so unbelievably good that still going, oh yeah, they hold up and they're good and blah, 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 works as a defense kind of thing. Like, because, like, they're fine films, but the amount of times that Quentin Tarantino says the N-word in those films is not really justified by how good the film is, you know? As well as all the other things wrong with his films, other than his
use of language,
and his need to throw those things in there.
I find it really difficult, because I studied Quentin Tarantino in, like, 6th form, maybe younger than that. Can't have been younger than that. Not at school, anyway, for legal reasons. But, like, I remember watching his films and being like, yeah, okay, but, like, yeah, for the time, the thing, you know, changing up the way it's laid out all makes sense, you know, for the time, the way he organised his films, I think I want to go with, would have been seen as new, different, interesting, but there's something about watching that now, like, okay,
yeah,
you've put it in a different order, you've changed the way you've edited something together, congrats. It's just not as entertaining to me, I suppose.
Yeah. More news.
Transformers 1 trailer. We've had a look at young Optimus
so good.
Prime.
It looks so good.
This idea that a young Optimus Prime and Megatron team up on a mission to save Cybertron.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we're getting a Transformers film that's set prior to the Transformers films.
Yes.
Because stop blowing up Earth. Stop it. I'm bored now. Give me something else. So genuinely, I'm really excited for getting that.
This film looks so good. It's got Chris Evans as Optimus Prime. No, not Chris Evans. Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime.
Get your Chris's right. There were just too many.
Hey, at least it's not Chris Pratt this time, you know?
He's voicing too much.
He is. He really is. We're gonna... Hold on. Transformers 1. And it's... Yeah, of course it's showing us that one. 1. There we go. 2024 film.
It is Hemsworth.
It is... Yeah, it is Hemsworth. I wasn't trying to lie to you. And this guy, who I know I've seen in things... oh, yeah, no, I'll do it.
I've not seen Bullet Train.
Bullet Train. So good.
I've heard. I saw it in ads for it, and I was like, I'm going to go see it, and then I didn't.
Have you got? I think I've got it on Blu-ray. If you've got a Blu-ray player.
I don't.
Oh, that sucks. You've got to come over sometime and watch it on Blu-ray. Then that's it. It's genuinely it was one of my favorite films of the year. can I list any other film that was made that year off the top of my head? No.
2022. No, you probably
2022.
can't.
No. But that's because I don't think I could, like, unless it's a landmark film, I don't think I'm remembering any year that a film came out.
I'm interested by that cast lineup. Just having a look, actually, that looks like a really interesting cast for this film.
Yeah.
So I will be interested to see. I had seen the ads, and I'm like, and I think this is the right format for a Transformers film.
Yeah, big time. Animated is so much better.
Animated is really what Transformers always has needed, and
But
I think it's
look at this.
It's the right kind of animation as well. We're not trying to push.
This here is what the animation is looking like, and it's like it's not hyper real, but it's more real than a 2D sketch. But they all still look like they did in the original Transformers series kind of thing.
I'm also really glad we're not doing the really, like, hey, you get 2 really famous actors and then the rest of it is green screen. Just because I'm really bored of Transformers films.
Yeah.
So bored. So because that's the kind of animation I remember watching. This kind of flat 2D.
Yeah, like this.
That's what I watched on TV growing up. Like, that is... So it's really interesting to see we're getting something that's slightly different and set prior to the films as well. I would like some more context.
I don't know if these are even going to be connected to the films. These very much potentially might, like, we're talking the Michael Bay films here. These might just be a separate line.
Honestly, I'd be
and
okay
I'd be
with that.
really happy with that.
I would like
if they just started going Transformers 1, Transformers 2, Transformers 3, and they leave it exactly like that. I'd be pretty happy. Yeah. But also I think I'd probably be happy if they just went Transformers 1, that's it. Leave it there. Anyway,
I do have
we
one
have
other
one
bit.
more news.
I do have one more news that I think, well, you'll be interested in. Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. We've had another look at...
Oh?
Yes, we have.
There was another trailer.
Yeah.
I've not seen this trailer.
Unite Wade Wilson and Logan into the MCU. So, this was news today, which is why you may not have caught it.
Yeah.
So I caught it earlier today and was like, ooh, very excited.
Yeah, okay, I'm getting this.
Literally 5 hours ago we got this ad, so
okay.
I clocked it today and was quite excited for that.
I was in the middle of watching the film that we're going to discuss after the break. We're gonna take a break, like a proper full break. Gonna grab something from the vending machine, then I'm gonna watch this, and then we're gonna talk about the film.
Yes.
Let's this.
Give them some tunes.
Yeah, we're going to give you some tunes. We're going to start off with some throwbacks. Actually, we're just going to do throwbacks.
It is giving throwback.
Like,
yeah.
That's what I'm feeling right now. I need to search better on the system to actually get it. But what we're going to do, if you're watching on the
YouTube
stream, hello. How are you doing? Please pop over to the Derby Union website and tune into Phantom Radio because then you'll get some tunes. And there we go. We've found the thing. So we're going to start off with a bit of Barry Manilow, who's not the same as Gary Barlow, as we discussed last week.
Because
had
a moment,
can't
basically.
Read.
Neither can I, apparently. It's fine.
Good for the both of us.
Film talk, those who can't read.
Yes. Then we are going to go into a bit of Elvis Presley, followed by a bit of Phil Collins, and we'll give you one more. A bit of David. A bit of David Bowie. We'll do that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So we're going to go on a bit of a break. We'll be back with our conversation about the film Bottoms, as well as discussion about potentially the Deadpool 3 trailer if I get in and out, or out and back in again on time. So we will see you in a minute. Enjoy the songs. Goodbye.
Hello and welcome back to Film Talk. While you're having a stress with technology.
Yeah. That caught us a bit off guard there. It must be said. Anyway, here's a bit of elevator music.
For those of you who are listening on radio.
And on
yes, we
stream.
fix it. We did indeed.
Yeah.
Can the stream see us as well?
Yes. They've been able to see us for a while.
Oh, God.
Because I forgot to turn it back. No, I have just hit the button again. Here's the button again. There we go. I need to fix some things now. Let's see. Commentary is the first one. And then, what was the other one? Holding. There you go. There we go. We're back to normal.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. Oh.
I refuse to burp on air. Refuse. Point blank.
What?
I refuse to burp on air.
Do it. Do you?
No.
Do it.
No.
Oh.
It's fine. You'll catch me after a study day. I've had like 4 of these, and I'll just do it, and I'll be like,
I had a thought whilst we were listening to David Bowie, but I've forgotten it.
That's helpful.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it when thoughts just
Stop. Yeah, like they're great.
It's really fun when thoughts just don't be thoughts anymore and they just go away. It's very helpful. I know you were trying to sort music for the system. I don't know if that was something you were doing.
Yeah, I was trying to do that. The issue is I don't know what songs to get. Because I want this. It's very specific band. This is actually the thought I was having. Space Odyssey. Oddity?
Bless you.
Thank you.
Gross.
Yeah, you're welcome. The song we've just listened to, Space Oddity,
Yes.
feels very much like this band called Jellyfish.
Okay. But you can't remember which song, can you?
No, just the vibe
Okay.
of Jellyfish as a band as a whole. I'm going to sneeze again in a second. Oh, it's really bad. Anyway, it gives the vibe of that band. But I don't know which is my favourite song by them. Because you've got Baby's Coming Back, which was the first song of theirs I heard. Because it was covered by McFly, of all bands, for Comic Relief a few years ago.
Of course it was. You're going to make me hate McFly. I was neutral about McFly, and then we've done so much stuff together. I'm like, I kind of hate them now.
No, you don't. You love them.
No, I don't.
Not gonna lie, I'm trying to kick the habit of McFly.
Kick the habit.
Yeah, it
Make
is
it sound
like
like
drugs.
a drug. They're not that good.
They are. They really are.
So you're trying to decide what song to download from this band to add to the system.
Yes.
Very much understandable.
So I think I might just go with that one because it's arguably their most famous one.
Yeah,
but it's not famous as one of their songs.
That's fine.
Does that make sense?
While you're kind of like half browsing, what did you think of the film?
I really liked it.
I thought you would.
Well, no, I say that. I hated it, actually. I just started it.
Wow.
Okay.
Why are you like this?
I was only actually half listening to what you said. No, I didn't like this film. I found it so dull the whole time. It was so going for really bright and active and everything. And it was just not. It was just unfunny the whole time.
It was a very dumb film.
For everyone at home, we're talking about the film Bottoms. If you want to watch it yourself, you can find it on Amazon Prime. It's not in cinemas anymore. It was in cinemas quite a while ago. Ethan texted me earlier today just going, you are going to watch this film.
Because I saw it earlier on in the week.
Yeah.
And we need something to talk about.
I started watching this film like a few weeks ago. Watched maybe the first 5 minutes. Couldn't get behind it. I find the main character is so unlikable. When I say the main character, is it PJ? Was that the character's name? Hold on. We'll pull up the cast list now.
For our sake, yeah. That's not how that word is spelled.
There we go.
Yeah, PJ?
Yeah. View all. PJ.
Yes.
This, played by Rachel Sennett. so unlikable.
That's kind of the point, though.
I understand that it's the point, but when it's the main character, she doesn't even do a redemption. Like, it's not... Okay, Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, unlikable. Hate him in the first couple seasons, but he has a redemption arc over the story, and you realise about halfway through season 2, oh, this guy is going to have a redemption arc. So you start opening up to the concept of it. At no point does PJ have a redemption arc, but she still, at the end of the film, kind of ends up with someone. Like, they snog, and then the end of the film, like, the final shot is the two of them stood next to each other in the sort of shot that you'd expect to see at the end of, like, any other coming of age story, and like their backs are facing the camera and they're holding hands. That's the kind of shot they were in. They just weren't holding hands. Like, but this character was so unlikable that nothing that the story or the plot or anything could do would fix it. And then the fact that I wasn't engaged with it properly because of how bad this character is made me just slowly nitpick and go, that's a bad part of the film, and that's a bad part of the film. So, like, I didn't like the fact that clearly there wasn't really a script for this film. It was just sort of vague action put on a page, and then they've gone to the actors and gone, there you go, do what you want. Because all of these, all of these characters are meant to be, like, clearly coming up with things on the fly. The characters are meant to look like they're coming up with things on the fly.
Yes.
Because they're lying and they're just flying as it goes kind of thing.
Yes, especially the two main characters.
Especially the main two. Spoiler alert, the whole plot is based around these two people. There's this massive misunderstanding at the beginning of the film where Hazel, who is like a third main character in a way, Hazel misinterprets the two of them, like overhearing the two of them, and thinks that they've both been to juvie
over the summer since
and
they've returned to school.
Then this rumor spreads that they'd been in juvie, and they don't address it, and they just play up to it, and they go, yeah, we were at juvie the whole summer.
It's a really specifically short period of time to conveniently be at juvie, but
yeah. But like, these lies get really elaborate.
Yes, they do.
And clearly, yes, the characters are meant to look like they're making it up. Because they are.
They are.
But the actors aren't meant to look like the actors are making it up. You know? Which is what this film felt like from start to finish. And I love me some improv comedy. Game Changer, with its episodes of like making noises and stuff and like reenacting scenes. I think they've Game Changer is this internet TV show. A bunch of comedians go on it. It's like 4 people per episode. I think it's got Make Some Noise. Dropout is the company. Yes, so there is this show that has been spawned off this other show called Game Changer, called Make Some Noise, and they get improv comedians on, and they give them a prompt, and then the improv comedian has just got to go with it.
Yes,
you know?
I have seen bits of it online.
And that I love. I love that, and I love when you've got improv comedian musicians who do a musical improv. That's great as well, but I don't think it translates in this film because, like, films are so, like, there is a script and everyone knows that there's a script, and they're actors, they're not comedians who do it. I'm fine with a bit of improv.
Yeah.
I'm ranting now.
Oh, you're off.
I'm off. I'm fine with a bit of improv. Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds improving in Deadpool, absolutely fine. Because A, he's fully aware of what the character is and all that. B, he only really improvs maybe a couple of lines per scene, and it's usually just an insult or a greeting or things that are very interchangeable. Like, it doesn't have to be word specific.
Yeah.
That he'll change. Like, in one thing he'll call someone something.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
you found the only example that you can't quote on air.
Yes. Like he'll call someone a name and then call them a different name in the next take and then another one in the third, but then they'll just pick one of them, you know? And that's fine and it works. But they're clearly improvising almost every scene, and it's like, that shouldn't be how a film is made. And it ruins the comedy of those moments which would usually be improvised in this film.
I personally think it's only the improv doesn't work, for me personally, mostly for the two main characters, because there are lines from Hazel, Isabel, and even Jeff and Brittany, the characters, not the actors' names, that you see in the outtakes if you watch through the credits, and their lines work fine.
Yes.
I just think it's the two main characters, because there's several takes of, I don't know how to pronounce her name, the actress who plays Brittany, who improvs lots of
Kaya Jordan Gerber.
and there are some lines of hers where she improvs several different takes in a row and you get to watch them, and I'm like, no, she can do it, that's fine. In fact, even the actor who plays Mr. G, the teacher, loads of his lines are improv, and he works it really well. I think it's just the two where it doesn't quite work for them, but it seems to work for everybody else. There are lots of the lines, the outtakes that I quite enjoyed. I actually really like Ruby Cruz's character of Hazel. I think
like, personal opinion, Hazel is my favourite character in the film.
You're not the only one who said that. I actually watched this film with a friend who also was very much like, yes, them, 10 out of 10, mine please, thank you. So
I'm actually gonna, I think I spotted it during the credits, and I just want to check something. So the main actress is called Rachel Sennett. There we go, she wrote it.
She was one of the writers, along with Emma.
Yeah. She was one of two writers. Okay. I fully was prepared to accuse Rachel Sennett of being a Nepo baby. Because I saw the surname Sennett multiple times. Like, quite a few multiple times in the credits. But
that'd just be where she's been.
It is just her. Rachel Sennett. There's no production credit.
It wasn't
Rachel Sennett, executive producer.
Well, that means she would have put money behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't a massive film, I don't think.
Yeah.
If you actually have a look at how much... There's not a lot of people doing things, but I think it'd be a really strange way to put on your CV that you've had loads of stunt coordination done.
Yeah.
I oddly quite enjoyed how ridiculous... It was like watching a teen zombie film without zombies. I don't know how else to explain the film.
Yeah, no, I agree, yeah.
And I think for that reason, for something to just put on and watch and laugh at, fine. I didn't feel the need to analyse this film. I didn't feel the need to, try and I just enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
Did I think it was kind of funny that they blew up the footballer's car? Yes, I did. Do I think he deserved it? Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. I think there is a brilliant film in here somewhere. It's just not this one. If you took the plot and if you took every single scene, properly scripted it, and then
you feel like it's a draft.
Do it.
Is that what you're saying?
I feel like this is a draft.
If someone
of a
came
script.
to you and like, we've done this, we need to fine tune it, you'd have gone, yeah, all right, that needs some tweaking, sure.
Yeah, like, I don't feel like this is but I think this is at a script level is not ready to be made. Like, the actors, the majority of them, are absolutely ready. I think. And I don't know if this is I just didn't like the character. Rachel Sennett is the only actor in there that wasn't prepared to play the character that they've been casted as.
It may have just depended on if they had to change lots of PJ's lines.
Yeah.
There may have just been an issue that way.
But like,
her character is definitely meant to be unlikable.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Her character's meant to be unlikable. She admits at the end that she's a bit of a bad person. I'm not going to say it.
You almost did.
I almost did. But there was no like build up to her admitting that. She just sort of went, "I'm a bad person. I'm sorry," and then snogged Hazel. You know, like. Text, was that me or you?
You.
Oh, good.
What?
It was PlayStation notifying me of a sale that's going on soon.
Did you enjoy what felt like a vague, I'm gonna say homage, but I'm probably wrong, with the goth kid?
Yeah, doing
as
Heathers.
JD, as Heathers, and him getting quite cross
that someone else
he couldn't.
blow up everyone.
Also, the fact that he's an extremely goth kid who we love a stereotype.
Yeah.
Absolutely, just the fact that you've got this very out of place goth kid in what is already quite a stereotypical coming of age American film.
I feel like this
having something thrown at his head and being like, right, plan to blow up the school.
I feel like this had potential to be not another teen movie 2.
Oh, that kind of humor of we're aware it's a teen film.
Yeah. That's what I think this has the potential to be, but it isn't. And because it isn't that, and it's not anywhere close to being as good as that on its own, it's not good. Is my, like, you know, like, it just lets down the side. Like, the guy who plays Mr. G, absolutely brilliant. And the way that they record him and the principal at the end of the film when they're watching the football thing, and it is just the two of them like improvising, and that's talking. Fine, it works, because like you look at a film like 21 Jump Street and it's very similar. You'll just get one actor, one shot, and they will just spit out lines and they'll pick the best one. I
think the scene between Josie and Rhodes where she's gone up to ask her for advice, the one I would have preferred the scene that they actually took out and is in the credits where she's like, "Why are you drinking that? That's full of vodka. You're a child." And like
just spat it out,
spitting it back out. I think an interaction like that, so we could get more of an idea of what kind of babysitter she was, would have been hilarious, especially because the time period it's set.
I also feel like we didn't really get much introduction to Rhodes. It was just sort of she showed up, like Josie showed up at the house.
We get some context as to who she is, but it would have been nice to have maybe, even if it's a case of you start with them being babysat, or you get like a couple of summers, and then it's this one.
Rather than opening on the inciting incident, introducing Josie with Rhodes.
Yeah, and then PJ,
even if
they
they're
were
just
babysat
younger.
together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, introduce them younger than we're introduced to them, and then maybe we'd like PJ a bit better. Like, because you'd go, oh, she wasn't always a bad person. She's just become a bad person.
She's fallen into this lie and won't dig herself out. Yeah.
And then you can build the, sort of like good guy to bad guy to good guy kind of storyline. Yeah. Like, but yeah.
I also really like Isabel. The actress is really pretty. not gonna lie.
We see how it is.
She is.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not gonna.
She objectively is really pretty. But I also really like her interaction and her character build from this idea where she's like, oh no, I do actually want to develop this part of my personality, and her, because she loses faith in what she's doing, her going back to the boyfriend and being like, actually no, I do deserve to feel this way, to be a person, and leaving him again. The fact that most of it is built on his allergy to pineapples is so funny to me as a really low stakes film. Because I think that lots of films at the moment are so high stakes, like, oh, the world is ending, New York is being destroyed, you know, everything is being frozen over, blown up, ruined, buried underwater, whatever it may be. It was really nice to have this really low stakes of, oh no, but the football player that we don't like might have an allergic reaction, was honestly so funny.
Music for transfer. D-list.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that a third of the film is just one big "your mum" joke is also fantastic.
Yeah,
Because it's Hazel's mother that Jeff cheats.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Very much enjoy that. Also,
yeah.
the whole safe space meeting where they're talking about genuinely serious things and they're looking at the scale of that problem. I would have liked that scene to be slightly longer. Personally, if you want to, because obviously the point is that they're making this kind of self-defense class is the point, sort of. And they're like, we want to learn to do this for this sake, and they're explaining why. I think that scene where they are talking about genuinely serious issues should have been a little bit longer in terms of really putting into perspective.
It feels very jokey. Don't get me wrong. Like,
That is how,
like,
personally, that's how that kind of topic is talked about now.
Yeah.
Just because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So you do get to that sort of stage. But I would have liked it to go on slightly longer and then used Mr. G to be like,
okay, that's the end of the thing.
you know, because he does. It happens
Yeah.
fairly nicely. They're all talking about something quite serious, and he makes the joke. He's like, "Oh yeah, talking's actually super helpful." And I'm like, "Yes, all men go to therapy. Beneficial. Talk to somebody. Very good for you." But his humor rounds off that topic, and we get to move on, and that's fine for me. But I wish that conversation to really have the point of, this is why we are learning self-defense. This is why it's so important. Just to be a little bit more.
Yeah. Not like pandery kind of thing. I don't mean like that, like animals. I mean pandering as in the way that they did in Avengers Endgame, where they just got all the women on screen at once.
Yeah, no.
Not like that, but just
Because like when they're talking about
like,
that
these
topic
issues
and
are
they
real.
put their hands up, and it is real. It's from that age group upwards, and even younger than that. And I think it's not just one issue. They're not talking about SA specifically, or only. They talk about, you know, having issues with family, struggling to be taken seriously, or quite a broad range of issues that women face. And I genuinely think I don't know whether they should have started with that, because like they lead in with the idea that it is a queer film.
Yeah.
But I think that they should have done more of a Barbie and made it a women's film.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if they'd
I
gone,
think
it's about all women, queer and otherwise, and really point that point across.
It is a women's film where the main characters happen to be queer, rather than what I felt like it was a queer film where the main characters are queer. You get me? Like,
it very much had the potential to be a very much
like it could have been a united
to the point. Very is intersectional feminism.
Yes,
is the word I'm looking for. This idea that everyone is included there, I think would have been really, really nice. Because that's very much, I think, the point they were trying to go to without being too serious. And I feel like they're trying to touch on lots of points, but not quite picking one either. You know. Because the film, I think if they'd gone, okay, it's still going to be a comedy film, and we're going to round out a couple of serious topics with feminism and with a little bit of humour about it, because that's how, you know, our generation talk about trauma. Because, again, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. I think it would have been fine. But I think they're like, oh, yeah, but we don't want to dull the film down too much, so we'll chuck this element in. I'm like, okay, it being done through a self-defense class, perfectly happy with, makes sense. And then it's like, oh, and we'll add this, and I'm like, can we just pick slightly just pick one instead of four? Because you could have done two different films, I feel, with the plots that you get. Because you have the football team and the school as an element, and then you have like the self-defense class and how the women feel, and the unity and everything. And I'm like, you could have done a film 1 and film 2, and then just done like develop all of the characters, give me all of the,
or they could have done
them getting to know each other, the self-defense, and then been like, oh, and we'll do another film,
not to just be like, bring it back to the point that I made earlier, but they could have done a not another teen movie way of doing it, where you've got like all these different unconnected plots that happen to like reach reach climax at the same time at the same place, and like that's it. Just leave it there. Have it be that this massive thing goes on, and there's this there's this guy Tim, the number 2 on the football team. Like, he is against the women's fight club kind of thing. Like, he is the antagonist of that plot.
He should have been,
and then
I think, more of an antagonist.
Separately have the football team gearing up for their
big game.
Have that as a whole plot. And then third, have the 2 main characters trying to sleep with the people they want to sleep with.
And weirdly talk themselves out of this dodgy life they've gotten themselves into.
Exactly. You could have 3 plots there. You could have split them up from each other a bit. Like, make the Fight Club Hazel's thing.
Yeah.
And then just the 2 main characters who do it are just roped into it because of the lie that they've told. But their actual
because they try
plot,
to do that, but they...
Yeah.
But I think there were a couple of lines from PJ where she's like, oh, we should do this. If they'd been Hazel's lines instead, half the problem is fixed.
Yeah.
If Hazel... Because Hazel even makes a point towards the end, like, oh, I have been running this for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. That would have solved the problem I think you're having with this film, is that... I think it's just PJ in general, based on what you said. It's just PJ's character. I do like the fact that in this film, there's no thought needed. I think lots of films now, you have to be really paying attention.
Yeah.
And like...
But at the same time, as much as, yes, I do like the fact that you don't have to think for this film, I think there are a lot better films that you don't have to think for.
Yes, there are.
You know, like, of the set of films that you can throw on and not think, this is, like, very mid. You know? Like, there are a lot better. Just throw on a, like, 2000s rom-com. Or, like, a 90s coming-of-age kind of thing. Like, and then you'll be okay. But this tries to do everything and nothing at the same time. You get me? And I feel like it doesn't work. But anyway, we are technically 12 minutes overdue finishing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
12 whole minutes.
12 whole ones. So I am going to have to call a night on
Probably
this one.
for the best.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed listening, please do keep your eyes peeled on the Phantom Media Instagram. That is at Phantom Media US. US meaning Union of Students. Not United States
of America, yeah.
If you liked listening, you can find out when we're next going to be on from there. It's usually Mondays at 6, but quite frankly, who knows these days?
Because we are too busy.
We are too busy to...
We try and get on air at least once a week.
Yeah.
We try.
We try once a week, but sometimes that's a Monday, sometimes it's Thursday.
Whenever we've got the day.
Sometimes I just show up on a different show. And
like a spy.
Yeah. I go on there, I derail their show, much like I derail our own.
Yeah.
But at least it's part of our brand that it just doesn't go to plan.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else has really put together shows, and I don't understand how they do it.
No idea.
Anyway, our next show will be next Monday. The next show on Phantom Radio is tomorrow. At 3 o'clock, there will be the Phantom Sports Show, and then the SLET show after that. Then we have Wednesdays, which is Behind the Desk. Then you get a little bit of a break on a Thursday. And then Friday, we go mental. You have 3 shows. You've got She Talks Sport at 12:30, 12 o'clock, that kind of time. Then that is followed by Friday Afternoons with Sam. And then that is followed by The Adam Peakle Show, which is one of the only shows that I actually get the time to be able to listen to.
I find myself putting on Phantom Radio when I'm doing things.
Yeah.
But I very rarely get to sit down and actually listen to any of our shows. I've done a couple of the sports episodes through our Spotify. Yeah. Which is also a thing you can go and find us on. We are on Spotify. Good. Does anyone else use the YouTube, or is it just us streaming at the moment?
No, it is. So, Sports Show were on YouTube last week.
Good.
As was Behind the Desk, as was SLET.
Good for them.
We tried to get Adam Peakle up and running, because I was in text conversation with him throughout the day, and I was like, hey, we can talk you through it and everything. And then just something went wrong, and we don't know where, and we don't know how, but for some reason it just didn't start streaming.
Okay.
So
We're looking into it.
We're looking into it, and we'll try and get it fixed for this week. But yes, that's all. That's all.
That is everything.
And with that, we're going to play you a bit of Jellyfish. This is Baby's Coming Back. That is the end of our show. We're going to fade out this music. Oh, it's already gone. And we're going to turn that down as well. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Owen.
I have been Ethan.
And this has been Film Talk. Good night.